and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're already part of the Sprinkle Squad. I'm so happy to see you again, and today we are actually doing quite a short voiceover speed build. So usually my builds are a little bit longer, but this is a really small apartment, and honestly, I kind of knew exactly what I was doing when I went into it. So let me explain. I was playing a rags to riches, just kind of like in my free time, so like not for content. And I had this sim move into this apartment as her starter apartment, moving to the city. She was an artist and wanted to be like a stylist and really loved being in the city. So that was kind of the thought process here. So I had actually already basically designed it more or less, and then thought this would be a really good speed build. Like, I really like the way it turned out. So I basically used that as inspiration and kind of did a little bit extra because obviously my sim was still kind of broke. So I ended up, adding some more stuff to it, but I did actually have her restore these workshop appliances. So that was kind of fun for my rags to riches, and I just thought it'd be cool that maybe she salvaged them and fixed them herself. So that's part of why I actually used them in this build, and I just felt like it came out really warm and inviting in this space. And it is a TLC apartment, so basically that means there's a lot of things that can go wrong with it, like the fuse box. There's this vent, I think, that oozes stuff, which I actually had an issue with when I was playing. It just didn't want to be fixed. I'm not sure what that was about, but there's also some pipes as well. So I tried to make sure that your sim should be able to hopefully get to everything. Oh, and there's also like two different like mice holes that, you get infestations. So this is definitely a kind of first apartment, although I feel like it looks really nice for a first apartment, to be honest. Like, my first apartment most certainly did not look like this. Nothing matched. Everything was like from a thrift store, and I even like made my own art to put on the walls. Like, we were broke. Like, my roommates and I, we were just so broke, and it was a good time though. So I think this is, while maybe the condition of the apartment is realistic, maybe not the actual like items and everything in here, because otherwise it looks like a really nice apartment. But like I said, I tried to leave it to where Sims hopefully should be able to get to it. I'm trying to remember. I think I may have put a plant near one of those items. We'll see, I guess, when I get to the bedroom, because all of that stuff's actually in the bedroom, which is, I guess, good and bad because it's all in there. But at the same time, if there's an issue with something and it bothers your sim, like it gives them a bad moodlet, you could always just have them hang out in the living room or the kitchen instead. And it was actually really funny when I was playing with this apartment. I was at I forget which district we're in. I can't remember this. Maybe a spice or... Oh no, I think I went to the art district because that would have made sense for my sim. And I was down at one of the little festivals, and I remember getting a pop-up saying that like a fire was detected, and I was like, what are you talking about? There's no fire around here. But apparently, since I was so close to my apartment, there was a fire in my apartment, and I didn't even realize it. So my sim got home, and I no longer had a rug in the living room. Luckily, that was the only thing we lost. But I was so confused, and then I was like, oh no. It didn't even register to me that it could have been at my apartment. So hopefully you don't have any fire issues here. But of course, if you want to move the rug, get a smaller one, or just take it out entirely, if it does become an issue, of course you can feel free to do so. This is already up on the Sims 4 gallery under my ID spicensprinkles, all one word, all lowercase, and down in the description if you want to see it written out. And of course, if you download it, do whatever you want with it, change it, to fit your Sim's needs. It's just like, this one I actually had a sim living in, so that was kind of fun. So you can see I kind of used like particular artwork on the wall, stuff that I felt like she thought was really nice. I ended up using one of the, oh my goodness, what is that kit called? That like glamour one. Oh man, I forgot now. Anyways, it had one of those like fashion pictures. Like, I have that in the bathroom, which I thought was really cool, since she kind of wanted to be a stylist, but then having like artwork everywhere else because she enjoys art and making art. And she honestly became really handy too, which is why she restored her own appliances. So I had a really good time. I actually ended up building a penthouse for her as well after this, so she is honestly living her best life. Now, she did make it out of her rags to riches, which is kind of adorable. And I will say the bathroom, it does look a little bit tight here, but your sim can get around and use it. This has been play tested, so hopefully you don't have any kind of issues. As always, when you place it, be sure to use bb.move objects to make sure you don't lose any items, since that is a cheat that I use every time I build. And as a reminder, if you're placing one of my apartments off the gallery, what I end up doing, it has to be uploaded as a room. So if you're on my gallery page, you could sort by rooms, if that makes sense, to narrow it down between like full builds and rooms. And I took out some of the walls so that it can be considered a single room. So you'll just have to draw those back and then add the wallpaper back to it. And so the uploaded version without those little walls that I ended up taking out, it comes to about 48,000 simoleons. Like I said, when my sim was living in it, it wasn't quite that expensive. So I just wanted to add some other stuff to it. So of course, if you want to place it and take some stuff out of it, as if your sim really was doing kind of like a starter apartment kind of thing, then you can definitely do so. Like I said, I tried to leave room for your sim to get to everything and for the landlord to be able to get the stuff to fix it if you want them to come in. I will say the plant I placed to the left of the bed probably will be an issue in terms of that fuse box there. At least it was when I was playing it. So I would say you can either delete it if you don't want to deal with it, or you can leave it and just move it when that needs to be fixed. That's kind of up to you, but it just felt so empty over there. I really wanted to put that plant, and I really love that plant. We just got it, I know, with Businesses and Hobbies, I believe, and I'm kind of obsessed with it. I think because it has a small footprint, but it's nice and tall, so really takes up a nice amount of room here. It's just nice to use. And I ended up doing, instead of just a desk, I put her work area here on the counter so that your sim can still have a space. So I try to put like a little coffee cup, things like that. Maybe she was doing schoolwork. She was actually here when she was at university. So that's kind of the lore behind this build and what my sim did when she was here. Of course, you don't have to do that. You can take all that stuff out, but it's just kind of fun. If I know why I did what I did, then I kind of like to talk about it a little bit. But she also was a bookworm, so I did put like a little reading nook in here because I thought that would be super adorable. None of this, like the bookcase and everything, none of it was here when she was living in it, but I just thought it was really cute and pulled some of the ceramics from Businesses and Hobbies and out of debug because I thought that would be really nice. Maybe she collected that stuff from another artist. That kind of thing was what I was thinking. But if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I hope you have a really sweet day. Bye, everybody.